Welcome to the Social University Podcast. We are so glad you're joining us today because we want to help business owners, entrepreneurs, and people just like you who want to build their business online. Listen, if we can do it, you can do it. So let's go.
Giving Tuesday is rapidly approaching. And in case you don't know what that is the topic of our discussion today. We're going to talk about Giving Tuesday and how you can best give back to your community and why you should, why it's important for you to. Last week, we talked about ways to give, ways to thank clients, employees. This week, we're talking about Giving Tuesday. Our office is closed for the week of Thanksgiving. And the last week of November, we're going to discuss getting ready for Christmas because it's basically here. I had that realization a couple of days ago, woke up palpitating because holy crap, it's right here already. It happened so fast. Okay, so let's talk about Giving Tuesday. In case you guys are not aware, there's 5 holidays right in a row. You have Thanksgiving on Thursday. You have Black Friday, which is big opportunity for sales, not only for retailers, but for any vendor. Small Business Saturday. If you're a small business, you definitely want to promote Small Business Saturday. Monday is Cyber Monday when everybody shops online, and Tuesday is Giving Tuesday. So what is Giving Tuesday? Giving Tuesday, it's November the 28th. It's a global generosity movement unleashing the power of people and organizations to transform their communities in the world. That's the technical definition. Now, last year, record breaker. There in 2022, there were in the United States, people gave $3.1 billion, billion with a B, on Giving Tuesday. 15% more than 2021. They are projecting that it'll be higher than that this year. More than 20 million people gave, 6% more donations in 2022 than there was in 2021. And 82%, that's massive, of nonprofits shared that participating in Giving Tuesday, they decided to try something new, and it worked. This International Day, because it's all over the world, it's not just us, but now it's an International Day of Giving that includes calls to action that are not just about donations, but donation matching, volunteering opportunities, and helping your community in ways other than financial. So why? Why do people do it this way? Well, of course, there's a reason for everything. First and foremost, it's the time of year. Most nonprofits, most people give in December. A third of all annual activity happens Giving Tuesday through the end of the year because people are in the spirit of the holidays and they want to give back. Another reason, everybody's doing it. You will not be able to escape that information online about donations and giving and helping your community. So people get into the, again, kind of as a movement, they see other people doing it, and that momentum pushes potential donors to take action. It raises awareness and expands your audience. If you are, and just so you guys know, Safe House is our nonprofit that we will be collecting for on Giving Tuesday. If you don't know what that is, it's resources for domestic violence victims. So it allows me an opportunity to discuss that nonprofit and give them the awareness they deserve, because so many people don't even realize that there are resources for abuse victims who might need assistance or resources to escape from their situation. So it's a great platform for us to be able to, or for you as a business to discuss your nonprofit. And every one of the larger corporations we work with, they all have a nonprofit they're involved with. And this is the reason to talk about it. And of course, it builds your community. It doesn't cost you a thing to help. It doesn't cost you a thing to post about Giving Tuesday on Giving Tuesday and collect funds for your favorite nonprofit. Many are registered with Facebook, and we're going to talk about Facebook here in a minute. But again, there's a reason why people do it right on Giving Tuesday at the end of the year. Okay, so how does it work? First and foremost, it's not an organization, it's a movement. It's all about contributing to your community. You may want to run it as a general funding or fundraising campaign, or you can focus on something more specific, like a single program or an initiative. And let me give you an example of what I mean. So we'll use Safe House again as our primary nonprofit. So can you donate money to Safe House? Absolutely. But they may be having a diaper drive where they need diapers and newborn to age 2 size because their pantry's empty. So you can run a specific campaign about diapers, or you could just run a general campaign to raise money. If they have a special program they're working on, like they may be raising money for resources for clothing, or clothing that you can interview in to get a different job, so you can fund your own, I hate to say escape, but so you can fund your own change of location. Again, you can run it, you can make a donation directly to the organization, or you might want to do a campaign. Either way, I would say talk to the nonprofit you're involved with and ask them their preference. But of course, if it makes sense, if it ties in, like if I'm a Publix or if I'm a Walmart, it would make sense for me to do something like a diaper drive where people could purchase at the store and leave them at the store for us to go donate. It also helps if you have a retail location or if you have a brick and mortar location to be a collection point. If you want to do toys for tots or gifts for kids or whatever you want to do. Okay, so now that you know what it is and why it's important and why people participate and how to participate, let's talk about how to actually execute it, because of course it's all in the execution. So first and foremost, you want to set your goals. You want to create a plan and a hashtag Giving Tuesday, and Giving Tuesday is going to be huge on Giving Tuesday. So you may want to put Giving Tuesday Social You or Giving Tuesday Safe House, whatever you want to do to personalize that hashtag so that people recognize it and they can find the information. You want to have a system in place to nurture future donors. And seriously, team up. You don't have to do it by yourself. So we may team up with other small businesses in order to participate in Giving Tuesday. We may team up. It would make total sense to team up with a business that already sells, like a clothing store that sells clothes for children, or a place that sells toys for children. That would make total sense. And you don't have, again, it doesn't have to cost them anything to put up a sign in their store that says, purchase an extra gift and make it a donation. Simple. But you definitely want to have a system in place to nurture future donors, because statistically, if somebody gives once, they're more likely to give a second or third or fourth or 12th time. So make sure that you have, if you don't have that drip campaign set up in email, set it up, because people participate in what's on their mind. And if you're not constantly reaching out and touching them, you're not on their mind. So nurture campaign. So several different ideas for fundraising. Of course, you can raise money on Facebook. It is the easiest way to collect donations because they have certified nonprofits where you can actually share the nonprofit information directly from Facebook, and the money goes through Facebook, and then they allocate it to the nonprofit. Last year, Facebook did a dollar for dollar match. They matched the first 100% of the first 2 million, and then 10% of everything after that. I have had no confirmation, and I cannot find confirmation from Meta, Instagram, Facebook. Nowhere can I find that they are doing this year. So that being said, if there's no benefit to getting funding through Facebook, I would post a link directly to your nonprofit's website so you know that money is going exactly where it needs to go. Now, if Facebook announces that they're going to do donation matching, 100% run it through Facebook. Also, they have launched recently a Facebook page called Giving Tuesday that has all kinds of suggestions and information about Giving Tuesday. Everything you could possibly want to know, except if they're dollar matching this year, which is crazy to me. But that's the way they decided to do it. So first and foremost, you definitely want to post it on your social. You want to reach out to your peers and encourage the use of your hashtag. So if it's posting on your business page, share it to your profile. There's absolutely no reason you can't make this a little more personal. And you might have an event virtually. You might have an event in person. Again, you can be a location for drop-off if people are donating items instead of money, or you might have a virtual fundraising campaign where you go live and you talk or answer questions while people donate money, and you might have a goal, I want to get $1,000 during our hour of live. Works great virtually. Something else that can be super helpful is installing a fundraising thermometer on your website. Silent Partner, CauseVox, Bloomerang they all have free options Of course, there's paid options too, but it allows you to, like, if you have if the 100% of your donations raised, the entire thermometer would fill. But using a fundraising thermometer can increase your donations by up to 35%. People get excited when they watch the needle move. I did that. I'm going to give more so I can do that. It for sure motivates me. I recently had a friend who accepted donations for a sponsored run, and seeing how close she was to her goal, I wanted to get her there. So I think that thermometer, I think knowing those goals, I think it's a huge help. And we'll put links to this in our blog, and we can go back and put links in the comments on the live so you can go look. I would say Silent Partner is probably, and it's silentpartnersoftware.com. They have the least aggressive branding for their free version, and it's a very simple widget to install. Yeah, seriously. And I asked Ben, because he's the web genius and he knows all this stuff, and he didn't really have a preference. There wasn't one that was easier than the other. So it can literally go either way. You just want to make sure that you're using one that you can integrate easily. And if you can get influencer endorsement, get it. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be fancy. It might be simply asking them to talk about it during that week or during a video or post a link. Again, and it doesn't cost them anything. And sometimes it's better to think small. And when I say think small, Obama won his election $5 at a time. He raised more money himself than any other candidate in history because he appealed to a younger audience $5 at a time. So $5 doesn't seem like a lot, but most people won't even think about it. So if you have recurring options on your website and they sign up for $5 or $10 a month, they'll let it ride forever. So it may not be a ton, but it's $120 a year. And think about, it's $1,200. Eventually you can seriously take over the world $5 at a time. And the younger audience definitely outnumber your older audience now. Millennials outnumber boomers, finally are outnumbered, and they are much more proactive in their community, and they want to see brands invest in their community. So they're much more likely to have recurring donations. And I think it's okay to do donation matching. You may run one because as a business, it's a write-off for a small business to donate money. So you may want to say, hey, if we meet our $1,000 goal by on Giving Tuesday, our organization will match $1,000 and we'll make sure that we give all $2,000. I love the concept of giving back. I think everybody should participate with at least one nonprofit. Super, super helpful. And it helps grow your community. You're helping your own community. So why not participate? That's it for me this morning. We will, again, put those links for the free fundraising thermometers so that you can install those on your website. It's not complicated. And every single site gives you step-by-step on how to do that. We will be off. Our entire office is closed next week, so our team could be off with their family. We will be back the last week of November to talk about gearing up for Christmas because it's here. It's here. Whew. Thank you guys for joining me. I am Karen Taradas, and until next week, I'm here to help. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us for the Social University podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Stay Social U. That's the letter U. And we will talk to you next week. Remember, you've got this.